Hello, hello. So today we're talking about intermittent fasting and your family. So for this video, I thought it was appropriate to bring my husband JB in and even Emmy. Look, my little Emma, she's sitting there. So really we do like each other. We're sitting far apart because Emma
There's
is
a
in
dog
between
between
us.
us.
Yes. So uh, intermittent fasting is, as we know, great for women because it will help you balance out your hormones, and it works well with our schedules, and we get some pretty tremendous results, especially if we are over 40. We're maybe hitting perimenopause. Our hormones are out of whack. We're women. It's harder for us to lose weight. It's an unfortunate truth, but it is a truth, and intermittent fasting works great for us to get the results we're looking for. Men, uh, not only is intermittent fasting good for them for the same reason, but they can drop weight even more quickly because they just do anyway. But here's the big news for men. For women, we increase production of human growth hormone during intermittent fasting by 1,800%, which is amazing. But for men, they increase human growth hormone by 2,000% while intermittent fasting. So when you are, say, talking to your spouse or husband about it, I want you to be very clear that the benefits of it for men are even better than it is for women. And they're not going to starve. So that was one of the reasons I wanted my husband to come, JB, and talk to us a little bit about his experience with intermittent fasting, how he got started, because he did it a little differently than I did, and what he has seen are the benefits for him, as well as what he is perceiving to be benefits going forward as well. So, JB?
Yeah, so if you don't know, basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to eat within a specified window of time, and then you're not going to eat for the remainder of that time. If you look at a clock on like a 24-hour time frame, so you're eating for what yours is, what, 16 and 8? 16
My
hours
fasting window is I like it to be about 18 hours, and then my eating window about 6, but I like try to minimum 16 hours with an 8-hour eating window.
which sounds a lot like skipping a lot of meals or starving yourself or something like that. That is not it at all. Um, you could look at it like maybe skipping breakfast, but you're still going to have that period, that meal where you break your fast. That's still going to be your first meal of the day. It's when your body is the most ready to absorb all the nutrients that you're going to give it. And so you want to, first of all, they say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, right? It doesn't matter what time you have it, but the idea that you're going to break your fast with something that your body really needs, that's the time to give it to it. And so we both eat our first meal after we work out. Right?
Yes, absolutely. Because you get a bigger bang for your buck. For women, you're burning more fat. For men, you are building more muscle.
And so I tend to make my breakfast kind of protein heavy and nutrition heavy. That's when I have my supplement, is usually within that first hour after I work out. So I'm eating to replace the protein. And then I'm also giving it the supplementation that I need, both for just regular nutrition and performance supplementation. But then my window, it just has turned out that my window is a little bit longer than yours as far as eating, and I'm still playing with it. It's only been a few months for me, so I'm still trying to find that perfect balance. We both try to finish eating after dinner. I mean, dinner is the last meal, and we usually have that together. 7 o'clock is about as late.
Well,
as
except for on my nights that I work, but
sometimes it's a little bit later than that. But this also takes into account that you're also, although you're only eating pretty much whatever you want within that window, it's all still, we're all still trying to eat what's good for us in that window. It's not like we can load up on junk food in that window and expect that we're going to get good results from that.
Right.
So we've gotten rid of, just over the last 10 years, we've gotten rid of more and more and more food that just is not good for us anyway. So when we're eating what we want, when she talks about eating what we want, we eat it within that window. I do 3 meals a day plus my shake. You eat 3 meals.
I usually do 2 meals and a shake.
But that's because your shake has so much
Yeah, I put a lot of
spinach.
stuff in my shake. It's basically salad within my shake.
Totally.
Yeah, so that I have that independent of other food usually, and that's my meal. So, yeah, so basically what he's saying is that, you know, as a man, he is eating more calories than I am because he's working on muscle building, whereas I am working on basically stomach fat elimination. But the point is that intermittent fasting doesn't mean starving yourself. You are eating within a certain time frame. It's a timing thing. It's not a diet. However, that doesn't mean that we should be loading our bodies full of crap. We eat very, very low carb meals, and in most cases, no carb meals. And we eat a lot of healthy food. So when we make our plates, we generally have about 50% of our plate being vegetables, and then 50% being your protein, your healthy fats, and your fruits and vegetables. I mean, your fruits. So, you know, that's a basic plate for us. And we may go a little heavy on the protein sometimes because it may also double as a healthy fat. Tonight for dinner, we had great big steak salad. So we had a giant salad with tomatoes and cucumbers and spinach and romaine. And then we had a bunch of steak with it. So our steak, and avocado. So we had a healthy fat of avocado, and we had some healthy fat in grass-fed steak. So we are definitely eating plenty of food. And that's kind of what I wanted to get across.
I get a lot of calories. I'm still eating as many calories in that shorter window of time than I was when I didn't pay attention when I was eating, or I'd start eating at 6 a.m. and I would eat until we had dinner. I'm eating
and then sometimes snacks after that, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what I wanted to share with you guys so that you could share with your spouses that this isn't about not eating food and about eating like a bird. As a matter of fact, every meal should make you full. You're just shortening your eating window. And so then that brings me to this video is about family. What about kids? Do we intermittent fast with kids? So basically, the answer is yes and no. So the answer is no. You don't make your kids intermittent fast. But what you do is you don't make them eat if they're not hungry. Now, having said that, I know for us, our rule has always been what we make for dinner is what's for dinner. Period. You can eat it or you can go to bed hungry.
Yeah, we don't make two meals. We don't make a separate meal for the kids, separate meal for the family.
And there are plenty of times, Foster in particular, that he went to bed without dinner.
As a kid, as a young kid. Because
it wasn't worth it to him to eat it. He didn't want it. He'd rather go to bed without it. And guess what? He didn't starve. And he is a kid who very much doesn't eat unless he's hungry. He's growing. He runs about 30 miles a week as an athlete, and he doesn't eat that often. And when he does eat, he eats plenty of food, but he just chooses sometimes to not eat. And my attitude is we have plenty of carrots in that fridge. If you're hungry, you'll eat a carrot. If you're not hungry, if you don't want a carrot, you're not hungry. So just don't force your children to eat.
Or finish their plate.
Right. Or buy crap because they won't eat the good food. They will eventually eat that good food. I know it's hard. I know it's a battle, and I know you feel bad. And if they're old enough, they're going to make you feel bad. Don't feel bad because these children are not starving. We live in a country with plenty of food, and we way overeat most of the time. So just be willing to stay the course.
They're going to change their tastes over time.
And that's a big thing. Your tastes change. I absolutely despised and hated black coffee. And now I drink black coffee. Yes, he's been trying to get me to drink black coffee for 20 years.
You mean coffee?
Yeah. So anyway, my point is that healthy food is what you want to eat. You just want to eat it within a time frame that gives your body a chance to burn fat, lower cholesterol, lower blood pressure, improve your brain health, and increase your production of human growth hormone. All because you just shortens your time.
If you can take that the last meal too, the more you can bring that into the day, so that you have more time before you go to sleep, there are additional benefits that you're going to get from that too, where you're actually able to digest. Might even be able to burn some of that before you lay down and go to bed. And then wake up and you're still not hungry, which is counterintuitive. You'd think that, well, if I go that much longer before I go to bed,
you'll wake up hungry.
I'll wake up hungry. I can still wake up and work out, get a good workout in, and then still eat my breakfast after that.
So if any of you guys have any questions, or if any of your spouses or brothers or children or anybody has any questions that they'd like to ask me or JB, feel free to comment below or message us, and we will answer those questions. I hope this is helpful for you to begin to encourage other members of your family to change how they are eating and how they are living. This is not just a female thing, and it is not just a temporary thing. This is a lifestyle that I know we will follow forever, because there's nothing bad about it. There's nothing hard about it. You're not counting any calories. You're not counting any macros. You're not counting any, you're not doing a keto diet. You're not doing a South Beach diet. You're not counting containers even. And I love the containers, but I don't want to count them anymore. So this is the most simple way possible to change your lifestyle. So have a very blessed night, and we'll talk to you guys soon.